From time to time, topics pop up that we have plans for a full redirect episode, but that our audience also deserves a quicker heads up, so to speak. With that in mind, we're introducing a Cliff's Notes version of these topics to be followed by a redirect episode. We're calling these BTW with BlackTruck Media and Marketing, as in, oh, by the way. We promise to be a brief pit stop in your day, just about 10 minutes, and then we'll be gone so that you can move forward with quick takes and confidence in the digital space. We'll be back later to deliver all the details you crave from our team.
Episode of By the Way with BlackTruck Media. It's me, Jason Dodge, the founder and CEO of BlackTruck Media and Marketing. And I'm also joined with Riley Holbrook, who is our resident social ads expert, if I can call you that. Is that cool?
Yep. Happy to be here.
All right. So the big thing on our minds for this episode is kind of call it the elephant in the room, the looming iOS 14 update that's coming. What this means for certainly what we're the most interested in as digital marketers is what does this mean for digital marketers and advertisers who are using Facebook, Instagram as an advertising outlet. And then, I mean, let's touch on maybe a little bit upfront on what it means to the end user as well. I know you're an iPhone user, so maybe let's kick this off and talk about what the iOS 14 update means on the app side for Facebook. What's your take on that?
Yeah, so first thing is lately, probably the last couple months now, we're seeing a lot of notifications pop up within our Facebook Ads Manager and Business Manager talking about iOS 14, conversions API, and all this jazz. And basically just summing up of what this is. So Apple is releasing this update called the iOS 14. And basically, it's just going to make tracking a lot harder for apps and websites. So us as advertisers, we're not going to have as clear as data as we once had, if that is we don't do anything about that. This update is supposed to come out within a couple months. That's the information that we have.
It's been pretty vague, right, up to this point. I mean, just to kind of clarify, like nobody has even.
Nope.
Our Facebook reps and communications we have had, nobody has said on this date it's going to happen.
No. Okay. It's not a statement of if it's going to happen. No, it's definitely going to happen. And the best answer that we can give is within a couple months. Not much to go off of there, but it gives us time to be proactive right now and start thinking about this as we are right here, and take the necessary steps so we don't lose that data.
Does it? Let me ask this question. So I know on the user side, so at the end user side, what it is it's kind of a opt-in, opt-out, if you will, of ad personalization, and we could probably kind of just sum it up to that, right? It's like you're either gonna opt into it or opt out of it to be shown ads that are hopefully more personalized, right? And we can talk about the studies all day long about how most people are okay with ads as long as they're personalized to them. So your take?
Exactly. So in a couple of months, I'm expecting as an iPhone user to see a notification on my phone pop up saying something regarding the lines of, hey, do we have permission to track you on this site? That's not the exact frame of wordage, sure. But that's what I'm going to expect. And me personally, I'm probably going to be okay with it because I want personalized ads. If I'm going to be fed ads while I'm scrolling through my social feeds or wherever, frankly, I would like to see something that's personable to me and I can resonate with and frankly feels native in my advertising. Mm-hmm. And with having that browser level tracking, which is the iOS 14 update is limiting, I won't have those personal ads. Which I think it's a good segue into what do we do if the Facebook pixel is going away and this level of tracking is going away, what can be done? And Facebook has this thing called Conversions API, and they've always had this around. It used to be called server-side events, actually, but now it's called Conversions API, shortened to CAPI. CAPI. That's
who doesn't love a good acronym?
Exactly. I mean, I can already see myself saying Conversions API a lot to the accounts that we manage.
Totally.
And just in general. So CAPI is a little easier.
Yeah. So from an advertiser's perspective, if you're running ads in Facebook, there's going to have to be this shift from what we know as now as the Facebook pixel, right? Which is kind of where all the data lives. So we talk about it a lot at BlackTruck, especially with this very honest and transparent approach that we take, is like, we always believe that the advertiser, the brand, should own the ad account, which means they own the pixel that goes along with it, and all the data lives within the pixel, to paraphrase.
Yep.
That's going to go away, and what's going to end up happening is we need to move into this conversions API, or CAPI, to your acronym. What's the negative out of this? What are you going to see for a potential loss if you don't make this change and shift?
So I just want to clear a couple things up there. I don't necessarily think the Facebook pixel is going to go away completely. It's still there, but note that the pixel is at the browser level. And that's what it's affecting with the iOS 14 update. It's at the browser level. Now, the CAPI, Conversions API, that's at the server level, a step higher. It kind of overrides ad blockers and browser level cookies in general. So what we can expect out of this if we don't be proactive and switch over to the Conversions API. So let's say tomorrow, if this update goes live and you're all systems to go as you normally were with the Facebook pixel, you can expect conversions to fall off. So if you're an e-commerce website, you can expect Apple users who are on your, let's say 70% of your website traffic in e-commerce is Apple. I would expect that you're going to see those purchases, add to carts, fall off dramatically because they're no longer necessarily being tracked or accounted for. Those Apple users are not being accounted for. Additionally, any remarketing audience that you have. So let's say if you have a remarketing audience for the past 30 days, well, if 70% of that traffic over the last 30 days was an Apple user, they're not going to be no longer fed ads. Unless they said yes to that app and they said, track me, I don't care.
Okay. So I know you're finalizing some steps and things like that, but I think initially up front, we know there's a couple kind of quick processes, if you will, that marketers are going to need to go through. We know kind of step one in this. I like how you've dubbed it to our team, right? The quest to set up the conversion API is, you have to make sure your domain is verified absolutely with Facebook Business Manager, right? Like that's kind of step one. But once that happens, kind of can you give us the Cliff's Notes version, if you will, of what's to come after that in like a 2-minute paraphrase?
Yeah, so I'll try to sum this up. So it's going to be much simpler. So you verified the domain within your business manager, saying that you own blacktruckmedia.com. This is associated with this ad account. Boom, great. Step two is actually setting up this conversions API. Now, Facebook has always worked really well with the major platforms out there. And then this one they do too. We're going to focus on the big three here for now. Those big three in my book are WordPress, WooCommerce, and Shopify. Magento is also one of their. Facebook gives you some easier partner integrations, if you will, to then put this conversions API. Think of this conversions API as another pixel. They give you these steps to take to put that conversions API at the server level through a variety of ways. They give you 3 options to how to do this. Now, you may want to consult your developer when doing this, because for a proper setup is you're going to want to get into that back end of the level and put that towards in your head tag. The 3 options that they give for WordPress, for example, is using our Facebook expert, a representative that we talked to. They recommended using the meta tag verification. It's by far the most simple. They give you a little bit of code and clear directions, copy and paste, put this in your head tag, and then
verifies the site.
You're verified to the site.
Yep.
Additionally, there's a couple other plugin options. So if you're on a WordPress, Pixel Your Site is a plugin that you can use.
Yep.
that is very straightforward. It gives you easy directions. You're going to have to get into your business manager and to the back end of your settings for a couple things, such as this generate access token, where you have to copy and paste and go put it over into that plugin. And that all helps the server talk to Facebook.
So all of this right now sounds super complicated, but I know just even in initial run-throughs and stuff that to your point, if you have proper access or individuals that you're working with, it should be fairly straightforward, right? In terms of step 1, step 2, step 3.
Yep. And Facebook really does. They were proactive on this, and they gave you step-by-step instructions on what you need to do in there. And there's big 3 that I talked upon: Shopify, WordPress, WooCommerce. Very, very simple for that and straightforward. Okay. With directions.
So to kind of close it up, because I want to be brief with it too. So we know this change is going to come. It's imminent. Like you said, it's not if, it's when, and it's going to be in the next couple of months, kind of based on some conversations we've had. So you want to start to take these steps necessary to do that. We're starting to do that already with the brands that we have the privilege of working with. Couple other things I think that you've noted and kind of briefed our team on, if you will, that's worth sharing is changes that are going to happen. They're going to go to the 7-day click or 1-day view attribution window, which is different from what, like
28 days, 28 days, one day view. So even then, if you have been running the 28-day click, 1-day view, someone clicks on your ad, 28-day later, they do end up converting. That's the conversion. But now that's only down to 7 days. So you might see a more clear picture of what's going on, but also just your data is going to change. Jason, additionally, other things that I pointed out to our team right away are we're limited now to 8 events that we can track.
Okay.
Instead of standard events, they're moving to an item called aggregated events.
Okay.
And we used to be allowed dozens, a lot of events. Now we're limited to 8. Now that is concerning, but you can still be very dangerous with eight events set up on your site.
It sounds like a whole other discussion that we could have around how do you prioritize the 8 events that you're allowed.
Yeah, I do want to mention one last quick thing on this subject is there is when you go and set up events, once you're done, set up the conversions API, you have to select a highest priority event. And that's probably going to be your purchase or your contact submit lead form. Other than that, just helps the machine learn like, hey, that's the end goal that we're working towards. And then the other ones are more lower tier, always optimizing for that main goal.
Got it. Good. So major changes coming, but to your point, even though the Facebook ad platform changes what feels like every 7 days, they are actually being proactive. It is fairly well documented from what we've seen. Maybe the steps aren't as clear as they could be for those maybe not with the technical aptitude, but that's okay. There's people here to help. And then I would say following this episode, we definitely will have some additional steps, more in-depth documentation, hopefully that will help you guys out. And you can grab that and use it. And obviously, anytime that we or anybody in the industry can be of help, we'd love to do that. So otherwise, Riley, I appreciate you jumping on with me here and sharing your knowledge with everybody else. So until next time, good luck.